Good morning once again, and welcome back to my channel on affordable air gunning. Today's review is going to be on Champion Shooting Gear's premium shooting rest. There are many rests out there that we know of. We've got the sandbag, the X bag, we've got plastic rests, many different rests. However, if you're looking for buy only one rest to shoot, remember we're talking from a bench. This is not something you carry with you in the field while out hunting or walk and stalk or something. No, you will not use this. This is to shoot from a bench. Then Champion Shooting Gear's premium shooting rest is the rest for you. As you know, I don't do unboxing. You buy it, you open the box, you do it yourself. Let's get straight into the review and have a look at what this rest offers us, some technical specifications, and also do a bit of shooting with the rest. Okay, here we have the rest assembled. Very simple. Virtually don't need the instructions. Look at the picture on the box, assemble it. What do we have? We have a cast aluminium, rather heavy construction, good solid, nice thick solid steel legs going to the back, and a very well designed rest for the butt or the stock to come in here. Rifle rests in here, and we now have an adjustable in height, a ring here which can adjust the elevation, and also on the side we have adjustable left right for that fine, just to get it perfectly onto the target. We have this adjuster over here, works very well. We have a detachable tray, just lift it out. You have to sometimes give it a bit of a squeeze to get it off the ring in the front. It can come off. You don't need to take this with you if you want the rest just like this. However, the purpose of this tray is for maybe heavier caliber rifles. You want to shoot, you can load some lead weights in this insert over here. I have found that my scuba diving weights, they are 4-pound weights, soft bags filled with lead, fits in beautifully here, beautiful over here, and with the 3 bags an additional 12 pounds of weight, and my 30-06 virtually gives no recoil. Moves a little bit back, but with my shoulder in I can shoot the whole day using this rest with limited recoil. Helps a lot. The rest is an improvement on Champion Gear's previous rest as far as 1, 2, 3, 4 adjustable holes that can total change about 3.5 or 4 inches, that I can move this either back or forward depending on the rifle that you want to rest in here. Another great thing, if the shooting table at the range is not perfectly level, there's some minimum adjustment that can be done. Undo the aluminium locking nut over here, and you can adjust, lock again, and if there's any slight unevenness with 1, 2, 3 screws, that can pretty much be eliminated. Once you've set the rifle up, your height and everything's good, easy locking, locks it in position. Now you can't adjust it anymore. Undo and you're good to go again. The weight of this rest, definitely not something you want to carry around while walking. It weighs 7.22 kilograms, almost 15 pounds. So it's definitely out for bench resting when you're trying to evaluate which is the best pellet to use. So zeroing your rifle scope, this is where this rest comes into its own. This indent they've made over here in the rest over here, that just want to take that out again. As you can see here, the indent. This allows rifles that have magazines to actually come onto the rest, and up to a 20-round magazine I've seen on assault rifles on other YouTube videos can fit in here. Back in South Africa, we don't shoot with rifles with magazines that big. Those are for the Americans, but the rest does allow for that. Another nice feature about it, again, the average person probably won't need that, but the guys going really into their competition shooting are not happy to use a rubber foot to have the rest on. They want point contact onto the concrete, and these are detachable, and then you have a nice pointy concrete, a nice pointy tip here that will be solid point contact onto the concrete table, giving you that little bit of extra stability if you need that. But for most of us, we'll probably just leave these rubber foot pieces on and use it with the rubber. Quality of the bolt, really, really good. I have found in mind the only negative point I have on this whole review regarding this rest. This on mine, I cannot say it's like that on others. This adjusting knob is not straight. I initially thought the thread was twisted or bent. It's not. It looks like the adjustment knob or ring fitted onto the thread was glued on at an angle, and you can actually see the rest having a bit of a wobble. If I paid what top end rest actually cost, I would have been upset. If I look at the overall build and overall quality of this rest, I'm willing to say, you know what, that is acceptable for the price and the quality of the rest of the gear. And it could be that it is only mine with which that has happened. Let's get the rifle out here. Let's fit a rifle on here, show you how comfortable it is to use and how good it fits the rifle, and also how sturdy the rifle is in here once it is secure or resting in here. I'll show you that as well. Okay, now I fitted my Kroll Puncher PCP in here. One of the first things I noticed when I used this stand for the first time, the rest for the first time, was how secure the stock fitted in here. On one of my earlier stands I bought some years back, was all I could afford at the time. It's got its use, although I'm not using it anymore. A plastic rest, I fitted the rifle on level ground, put it on the rest, everything looked secured. I turned around and the rifle dropped out onto the concrete, damaging my scope. I was not impressed. And as I said, one of the first things I've noticed is, look at this. And so I would say virtually no chance that once you fitted your rifle in here that you're going to have the same incident that happened to me on the other rest. Quite comfortable. You can, again, because of this accessory rail I have here, if this was resting over here to prevent damage onto the rest, you can move and adjust the front part, as I mentioned, 4 adjustable settings over there. Once in, quite simple, I will now set up. I've got a target set up at 25 meters, and I will rearrange the setup to take a couple of shots and show you how easy it is. Once I'm behind the rest, you can see it's actually very comfortable, and I'll attempt to fit the scope cam. It's been giving me a bit of problems. It doesn't want to focus. I'll have to have a look at that. But let me get this into the shooting position, and I'll show you, once you're behind the rifle, how easy it is to use this. Okay, I've got the rifle set up. I've got a target at 25 meters. If it was a heavy caliber, I'd have the sandbags here. For the air rifle, the PCP, there's no recoil, no need for that. Once you've set the rifle down, aimed, initial movement, I use just move the rest as I require, move it till it's almost in, and now for the final adjustments, turning the wheel anti-clockwise will lower, turning anti-clockwise will lower the elevation, clockwise will raise it, and then by turning the side knob here clockwise moves the crosshairs to the right, anti-clockwise moves the crosshairs to the left. Once in position, steady, the rest is solid on there. You can literally come in from behind and you can pull the trigger from here and take it there. That was a dry shot, so let me get in. The scope has not been zeroed at this distance. It's recently done. We did about 10 yards aiming with it. So what I'm going to do a 5-shot grouping from the rest, and we will not take the impact point. We will just look at the grouping. These are JSB 18 grains, really good. The rifle likes them. So I'm going to be shooting from here and see how does it group from the rest. That's high. Definitely not in. So let me adjust my aiming point. Otherwise, that is not going to work. So I have to literally go now, literally go for the bottom of the target and see what a 5-shot grouping will do over there. Much better. The reason I'm having to readjust, the reason I'm having to constantly readjust, this does not happen on a concrete table. I've got a tablecloth fitted on a plastic table for this review, and it is very sensitive. Once on a concrete table, I can shoot at a much higher rate without the rifle moving at all, and very nice. Getting a good grouping there, and again, very easy. Five-shot grouping from here, it looks about maybe a half-inch or three-quarter-inch grouping. Really nice. If you want to lock, you can lock and get to this lever. This adjustment knob, very comfortable to get to. If you are, or if you'd prefer to adjust this knob and put it on the right-hand side, I did that thinking it would be easier. You can't get to the knob if it's over there. However, from this position, it's comfortable with your left hand to get to it. If you're a left-hand shooter, maybe you can then swap this around to that side because you'll be sitting over here and it would be comfortable to do it. As I said, from the concrete table, there's virtually no movement. You can literally take the rifle like this, close it, and it would still be almost on the target and ready for you. Spot on to do that. Great rest, great value for money, and compared to its competitors regarding build quality, this was less than half the price of its closest competitor. I love this whole built-in area here. Overall, from this stand, I give it a 9 out of 10 as personal opinion. Like 10 out of 10 if it wasn't for this, it was slightly bent. I'll go and get the target now. I'll show you what it's like, but it's really good. Great stand, great value for money, and definitely will be accompanying me every time I go out to the range to either zero scope or to do analysis with my different pellets. Enjoy the day. Happy hunting.